Micah 5, verse 1. Now gather thyself in troops, O daughter of troops. He hath laid siege against us. They shall smite the judge of Israel with a rod upon the cheek. But thou, Bethlehem Ephratah, though thou be little among the thousands of Judah, yet out of thee shall come forth unto me that is to be ruler in Israel, whose going forth has been from old, from everlasting. Who is that? So Jesus is the ruler in Israel, whose going forth has been from old. Yes, that's Jesus. Jesus was sitting at the right hand of the throne of the Father in heaven when David was king. His going forth has been from old and from everlasting. Now let's listen to the verse 3. Therefore will he, who is he? Let's look at verse 2 again. Yet out of thee shall he come forth unto me. He. Let's go back to verse 3. Therefore will he give them up until the time that she which travaileth hath brought forth. Now, at a time when the ruler was come, that's Jesus, and at the time when he gives them up, could be the very time when the heavens roll back like a scroll. Because at that time, although he ascended and was with his people, intermediating here through heaven and earth, at that time, he gave them up, let's say. If that pinpoints this time. Therefore will he give them up until the time that she which travaileth hath brought forth. There's also a time in Daniel's where it says that the Messiah shall be cut off, but not for himself. He was cut off for us so that we can have life in him. So now we see the woman and we see the devil making war with the remnant of her seed. And we know that Jesus has left us a seed. We are a Christian family. And so being that Jesus has ascended up, Michael has come down, now the devil has been released, the church is flying into her place, it's making war with the remnants of her seed, which hold the commandments of God and the testimony of Jesus Christ. Let's continue. And until the time that she which travaileth had brought forth, then the remnant of his brethren shall return unto the children of Israel. And he shall stand and feed in the strength of the Lord, in the majesty of the name of the Lord his God. And they shall abide, for now he shall be great unto the ends of the earth. And this man shall be the peace when the Assyrians shall come into our American land. And when he shall tread in our palaces, then shall we raise up against him 7 shepherds and 8 principal men. Boom, boom, and the story goes on. But at a time that when she travaileth, she will bring forth. This woman shall bring forth again. And it shall be the remnant of his brethren, a remnant of Jesus' brotherhood, Jesus' bloodline and heir. And he shall stand and feed in the strength of the Lord. He is feeding in the word. He is feeding in the knowledge. He is feeding in the righteous wisdom of God, in the Lord his God, in Jesus Christ himself, because it's the remnant of her seed which holds the commandment of God and keeps the testimony of Jesus. That means it's an afterlay of what's already been taking place. Okay, so now he stands and feeds in the strength of the Lord, in the majesty of the name of the Lord is God, and they shall abide. Romans 8:29. For whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his Son, that he might be the firstborn among many brethren. So there we have one that God foreknows, that he will all make us the same, and predestined to be conformed to the image of his Son, that he might be the firstborn among many brethren. So now we have a light, Jesus in the light, Jesus calling John a light, the apostles themselves being signs and wonders in the world. And so in the last days, it sounds like there shall also be a firstborn among the brethren. according to those that are the remnant of his brethren, that stand and feed in the strength of the Lord at the time when she is travaileth and bringeth forth birth. And this birth being part of that church's seed. And so this is also going to lead into the message of the two witnesses. When they come and how their symbolic shadow lifestyle and ministry are similar to Jesus's ministry, death, and resurrection as well for only 3.5 years. And how they're not the same people. They are two different, and how the Lord will come and lift up and gather all the people in the last days. And so that first 1,000 years of the first resurrection, and then those that had part in the second death, which will be priests of God and also reign with him for another 1,000 years as well, leads us to that controversial time zone of these last days and the accumulation of many prophecies and events in the world that are today's world. Romans 9:27. Isaiah also cries concerning Israel, though the number of the children of Israel be as the sands of the sea, a remnant shall be saved. For he will finish the work and cut it short in righteousness. Because of a short work will the Lord make upon the earth. And as Isaiah said before, except the Lord of Sabaoth had left us a seed, we had been as Sodom and been made like unto Gomorrah. Just like you read earlier. And just like you said also, the sands of the sea, there's a remnant that shall be saved. And Jesus is the one who has finished the works which the Father had given him to do, fulfilling all righteousness at the time of his baptism. And so therefore cut it short in righteousness because of a short work that the Lord is going to make upon the earth. And so who is the Lord of Sabaoth? But Jesus, the Son of Man himself. Okay, so if the Lord of Sabaoth had left us a seed, we would be like a burning land. Be left in a burning land. And why would the devil first be trying to destroy the church? Seeing that it could not destroy the church, it's not going to make war with the remnant. Because if he can alter our perceptions or make us lose faith or bring things in the world to get us addicted to turn away from God. So the whole point is, regardless of if he's making war with the church, he's making war with us individually until we learn how to overcome. And the power of the Spirit of Christ is living in us also. Next week, I'm going to get a little bit into the details of the two witnesses. There's still a lot of things to go, but I'll be more discreet about what I just went over with you. Being conformed in the image of his Son, the firstborn of the brethren, and how the last one in Romans, and how the two witnesses and the seed, and I'll show you how, although we are all remnants and children of the Church of Christ, yes, but according to the Bible, it looks like there is also another last day prophet that will come, which are the two witnesses. And when we see them in full power, then we know we only have like 4 years remaining.